Judge orders, J-Lo Jennifer Lopez. Arrest after Ben Affleck's shocking testimony in Diddy. Jennifer Lopez, born on July 24, 1969 in the Bronx, New York City, was destined for greatness from an early age. The daughter of Guadalupe Rodriguez, a homemaker, and David Lopez, a computer specialist, she grew up in a tight-knit Puerto Rican family that instilled in her the values of hard work and determination. The Lopez family lived in a modest apartment, and while Jennifer's upbringing was far from luxurious, it was filled with love culture and a passion for the arts. From an early age, Jennifer exhibited a talent for dancing, singing, and acting. She participated in various school plays and dance recitals, always the star of the show, and her parents recognized her talent early on, encouraging her to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. Jennifer's love for performing arts was evident, but the path to fame wasn't an easy one. After high school, Lopez attended Baruch College but dropped out after only one semester to pursue a career in entertainment. She had an undeniable determination, and although her parents were initially skeptical about her decision, they supported her nonetheless. Jennifer began her career with small roles in musical productions and television shows, including the famous In Living Color sketch comedy show, where she was a fly girl dancer. This opportunity helped her gain exposure and allowed her to refine her skills on a larger stage. Despite her early break, Jennifer struggled to find her place in Hollywood. She faced constant rejections from casting directors who told her she wasn't Latina enough or didn't fit the conventional image. But Jennifer's resilience never wavered. She continued to audition to perfect her craft and eventually landed a role in the 1995 film My Family, Mi Familia, where she portrayed a young woman torn between two worlds. The role earned her critical acclaim and opened the door to more opportunities. It wasn't long before Jennifer Lopez became a household name. In 1997, she was cast in Selena, the biographical film about the late Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla Perez. Lopez's portrayal of Selena was nothing short of transformative. It was a performance that established her as a serious actress and earned her a Golden Globe nomination. This marked the beginning of what would be an illustrious career in film and music. However, it wasn't just acting that catapulted Jennifer into superstardom. In 1999, she released her debut album On the Six, which included the smash hit If You Had My Love. The album showcased not only her vocal talents, but also her ability to blend pop R&B and Latin rhythms into a unique sound that resonated with audiences worldwide. With the release of her second album, J-Lo, in 2001, she achieved her breakthrough as a music artist as well, becoming the first woman to have a #1 album and film in the same week. As her star rose, Jennifer Lopez became a global icon known for her beauty talent and work ethic. She was dubbed the Bronx Babe and became a symbol of success for the Latino community. Her influence extended beyond music and film. Lopez began to build her brand, expanding into fashion with her own clothing line and launching fragrances that sold millions worldwide. Her fashion choices, particularly the infamous green Versace dress she wore to the 2000 Grammys, became iconic moments in pop culture history. Jennifer's personal life was just as public as her career. Her high-profile relationships, particularly with Sean Diddy Combs and later with actor Ben Affleck, kept her in the media spotlight. Lopez's relationship with Diddy was heavily covered by the tabloids, and their breakup in 2001 was one of the most talked-about splits in Hollywood. But while her relationships were often the subject of media frenzy, it was her ability to bounce back from them and continue to thrive in her career that solidified her as one of Hollywood's most resilient figures. Over the years, Lopez continued to dominate the entertainment industry. She became the highest-paid Latina actress in Hollywood and was recognized for her ability to seamlessly blend her acting and singing careers. She further expanded her business empire with her production company, New Yorican Productions, which produced some of her most successful films and television projects. Jennifer Lopez's rise to fame wasn't just a story of talent and hard work. It was a story of a woman who defied the odds, broke barriers, and built an empire. Her success in Hollywood was groundbreaking, but it wasn't without its challenges. She faced constant scrutiny for her Latina heritage and had to fight for her place in an industry that often overlooked women of color. Despite these hurdles, she never allowed herself to be sidelined. Instead, she used her platform to advocate for diversity and inclusion, making her one of the most influential figures in modern entertainment. But behind the glittering success, Lopez's journey was far from easy. She struggled with the weight of public expectations, the pressure to maintain a flawless image, and the scrutiny of her personal life. Yet with each obstacle, Jennifer Lopez only seemed to grow stronger. Her ability to navigate Hollywood's treacherous waters made her a beacon of hope for those who felt overlooked or underestimated. At the heart of Jennifer Lopez's success story is an unshakable drive to be seen and heard. She transformed from a young girl with big dreams in the Bronx to one of the most influential entertainers in the world. Her career has spanned over 2 decades, and she continues to redefine what it means to be a woman of power in the entertainment industry. Today, Jennifer Lopez stands not only as a symbol of success, but as a testament to resilience, talent, and the power of staying true to oneself. The story of Jennifer Lopez is not just one of fame. It's a story of grit, ambition, and the unyielding pursuit of dreams against all odds. As she continues to break barriers, she remains an inspiration to millions around the world, proving that with passion, determination, and a commitment to excellence, anything is possible. But what many don't realize is that Jennifer Lopez's journey to the top was paved with sacrifices, tough choices, and moments of doubt. And now, in the midst of a public trial that threatens to tear down everything she has built, the question that lingers is how far will she go to protect her carefully crafted legacy? Jennifer Lopez's rise to fame was not a simple journey. It was one marked by a series of pivotal moments that ultimately solidified her as one of the most influential figures in entertainment. Her story begins in the Bronx, where she grew up in a working-class family. From an early age, she had a natural inclination toward dance, which led her to take ballet and jazz classes. While other children in her neighborhood were focused on different activities, Jennifer knew that dancing was her passion, and she worked tirelessly to hone her craft. At 18, Jennifer made the decision that would change her life forever. She dropped out of college to pursue a career in entertainment. While many would have considered this a risky move, Jennifer's determination never wavered. Her first big break came in 1991, when she was cast as a dancer on the popular television show In Living Color. This was a significant moment for Jennifer, as it was her first major exposure to a national audience. The show provided her with the opportunity to work alongside some of the most talented dancers and choreographers in the industry, and she learned from them the importance of versatility and perseverance. In 1993, Lopez's career took a major leap forward when she landed her first role as an actress in the film My Family, Mi Familia, a role that showcased her ability to portray emotional depth and complexity. While this was a small part, it opened doors for larger opportunities, including her role in the 1995 film Money Train with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. This film wasn't a huge success, but it provided Jennifer with valuable experience and further established her as a rising star in Hollywood. Her breakout role came in 1997 when she was cast as the lead in Selena, the biographical film about the life of the beloved Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla Perez. At the time, Lopez was relatively unknown, and many questioned her ability to portray a Latina icon. However, Jennifer's portrayal of Selena was nothing short of transformative. She brought the character to life with such passion and authenticity that her performance earned her a Golden Globe nomination and critical acclaim. Selena was a turning point in Jennifer's career, as it proved she had the range and talent to be a leading actress in Hollywood. It also marked a significant moment for Latina representation in mainstream cinema, and Jennifer Lopez was hailed as a trailblazer. As her acting career began to take off, Jennifer Lopez decided to pursue a career in music as well. In 1999, she released her debut album On the Six, which showcased her unique blend of Latin rhythms, pop, and R&B. The album included the hit singles If You Had My Love and Waiting for Tonight, both of which became instant classics. Jennifer's voice was sultry and soulful, and her ability to blend English and Spanish lyrics resonated with a wide audience. She quickly became the first Latin artist to top the Billboard 200 chart, with an English-language album solidifying her status as not just an actress, but also a bona fide music star. By the time her second album, J-Lo, was released in 2001, Jennifer Lopez had cemented her place as one of the biggest stars in the world. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, and the singles Love Don't Cost a Thing and I'm Real became instant hits. It was during this time that Jennifer's public persona began to take shape. She became known for her stunning looks, her impeccable fashion choices, and her fiercely independent attitude. She was not just a star, she was a brand, and her influence was only growing. Jennifer Lopez's rise to fame wasn't just about her talents, it was also about her ability to reinvent herself. She quickly became a symbol of empowerment, particularly for women of color, and her success in both music and film was groundbreaking. She became the first woman to have a #1 album and #1 film in the same week, a feat that made her a household name. Her acting career continued to flourish with roles in films such as The Wedding Planner 2001, where she starred opposite Matthew McConaughey, and Made in Manhattan 2002, which became a box office hit. Both films showcased her ability to balance romantic comedy with drama, and they further solidified her status as one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. By the early 2000s, Jennifer Lopez was a global sensation. She was known for her ability to cross cultural boundaries, blending her Puerto Rican heritage with her mainstream appeal. Her performances were electrifying, and her presence on stage was magnetic. Jennifer's performances at major events such as the Grammy Awards and the American Music Awards became legendary. She was not just a performer, she was an icon. Her influence extended far beyond music and film, as she became a prominent figure in the fashion industry, as well launching her own clothing line, J-Lo by Jennifer Lopez, which became a massive success. However, despite her immense success, Jennifer Lopez faced constant scrutiny from the media. Her personal life was often the subject of tabloid fodder, with her relationships, particularly with actor Ben Affleck, and later with singer Mark Anthony, dominating headlines. While some saw this as a distraction, Jennifer used the media's obsession with her personal life to her advantage. She knew how to stay in the public eye, and she carefully curated her image to maintain her status as a superstar. Her business ventures also began to grow during this time. She launched her fragrance line, which became one of the most successful celebrity fragrance lines in history, and she expanded her brand into television with her production company, Nuyorican Productions. Jennifer Lopez was no longer just an entertainer. She was a mogul with her fingers in multiple industries. As the years went on, Jennifer Lopez continued to prove her versatility and resilience. She reinvented herself again in 2011 with the release of her album, Love, which included the hit single On the Floor. The song became one of her biggest chart successes, and Jennifer's ability to stay relevant in the music industry, even after a decade in the business, was a testament to her adaptability. Her acting career also remained strong, with standout roles in films such as Hustlers 2019, for which she received critical acclaim and a Golden Globe nomination. This role marked a new chapter in Jennifer Lopez's career, as she proved that she could still captivate audiences with her powerful performances. Despite all of her achievements, Jennifer Lopez never lost sight of her roots. She continued to support her community and advocate for issues that were important to her, including immigrant rights and equality for women. She became a symbol of the American dream, a woman who had risen from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential figures in the world. Her journey from a young girl in the Bronx to a global superstar is a testament to her hard work, determination, and unwavering belief in herself. Jennifer Lopez has proven time and time again that she is not just a star. She is a force to be reckoned with. Her rise to fame was not just about talent, but about resilience, reinvention, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And while her professional achievements are nothing short of extraordinary, it's her personal story, The moments of triumph and struggle, the highs and lows that make her journey even more inspiring. Jennifer Lopez's story is not just one of fame. It's a story of a woman who refused to be defined by anything other than her passion, her drive, and her relentless pursuit of success. And as the world watched her rise, they could only wonder, what would she do next? Despite Jennifer Lopez's nearly flawless public image, her rise to fame was not without its dark corners and hidden truths. As she became one of the most iconic figures in the entertainment industry, there were whispers and rumors that hinted at the darker aspects of her life and career. Beneath the glitz, glam, and fame, Jennifer Lopez, like many celebrities, had to navigate a world full of hidden pressures, controversial relationships, and the occasional scandal that threatened to bring down the carefully constructed image she had worked so hard to build. One of the most significant aspects of Jennifer Lopez's career was her relationship with the media. While she was adored by fans worldwide, she also became one of the most scrutinized figures in Hollywood. From the very beginning of her rise to fame, the tabloids latched onto her personal life with a relentless intensity. Lopez's relationships, particularly with men like Diddy Combs and Ben Affleck, became the subject of endless speculation. Her relationship with Diddy in particular was marked by scandal when the couple was involved in a highly publicized shooting incident in 1999. The two were caught up in a nightclub shooting in New York City, an event that raised questions about Diddy's involvement in the incident and the media's obsession with the couple's every move. Despite the intensity of the situation, Lopez managed to steer through the chaos with grace, but it left a lasting impact on her career. Media coverage of the shooting and the subsequent drama surrounding Diddy made her appear linked to a world of crime and controversy. Yet Jennifer remained largely untouched by these rumors, choosing to focus on her career and not let the public drama define her. This period, however, marked the beginning of a trend where the lines between her personal life and her public image often blurred. In the wake of her high-profile relationship with Diddy, Lopez quickly became involved with another superstar actor, Ben Affleck. Their relationship, which came to be known as Bennifer, became one of the most famous and overanalyzed celebrity pairings of the early 2000s. It seemed that everything about them was under a magnifying glass, from their romantic getaway photos to their every move. Their engagement was highly publicized, but ultimately the relationship ended in 2004, leaving the world in shock. Many speculated that the intense media attention and perhaps the pressure of living in the spotlight contributed to their breakup. Despite the heartbreak, Jennifer Lopez bounced back quickly, continuing to build her career in music, fashion, and film. However, the end of her engagement to Affleck left some wondering about the emotional toll such relationships took on her. With every breakup and public appearance, Jennifer was criticized for her romantic choices, often facing the accusation that she was using her relationships for publicity. Yet despite the negative press, she managed to preserve her career, making it clear that her talent, not her personal life, was her true focus. Behind the scenes, the pressure of maintaining a perfect image also took a toll on Jennifer Lopez. The entertainment industry is notoriously demanding, and even those at the top of their game are not immune to its darker aspects. There were rumors of strained relationships with colleagues and accusations of diva behavior. Some claimed that Jennifer's rise to fame was paved by a strict control over her image and the people around her. Behind the scenes, she was reportedly very particular about how things were done. Her perfectionism, while an asset to her career, sometimes alienated those who worked with her. Though her team often denied the allegations, whispers about Jennifer's controlling nature and her insistence on managing every aspect of her career continued to swirl. As she became more entrenched in her career, there were also stories about her struggles with the balancing act between fame and family life. Her divorces, her highly publicized relationships, and her demands on herself and her team created a sense of isolation that at times seemed to weigh heavily on her. Jennifer Lopez was no longer just a performer, she had become an entire brand, and with that brand came immense pressure to be perfect in every way. In addition to the media's obsession with her personal life, Jennifer Lopez also faced criticism over the years for her choice to take on certain roles and musical projects. Her foray into the music industry was initially met with skepticism from critics who did not believe she could cross over successfully from acting to singing. Her debut album, On the Six, and subsequent albums proved them wrong, but she still had to fight against the perception that she was more of a celebrity than a true artist. The scrutiny of her career was compounded by accusations of cultural appropriation, with critics pointing to her use of Latin culture in her work. These criticisms, however, never seemed to faze Jennifer, who continued to advocate for Latinx representation in Hollywood and music, ultimately making strides toward ensuring more opportunities for underrepresented communities in the industry. However, perhaps the most significant hidden truth about Jennifer Lopez's career is the one that began to unravel publicly in the Diddy trial, where her name became entangled in a larger investigation of secrecy, media manipulation, and powerful figures behind the scenes. Whispers of her involvement in protecting certain individuals and protecting herself began to surface. As the trial played out, it became clear that Jennifer Lopez's carefully curated image had been built upon relationships and alliances that were far from innocent. While there was no conclusive proof of any illegal activity, the possibility that Lopez knew more than she let on about certain events raised questions that had never been asked before. The investigation into her involvement in Diddy's actions revealed a pattern of silence and complicity where Jennifer Lopez, despite being one of the most famous women in the world, may have chosen to stay silent for reasons beyond personal gain. The darker side of Jennifer Lopez's career is not just about scandals or relationships, it's about the systemic issues in the entertainment industry that allow powerful individuals to protect one another even when the public eye is watching. Lopez, who has long been a symbol of strength and success, may have been part of that system, using her silence as a form of protection. As her name was linked to this scandal, Jennifer Lopez's career, once seen as invincible, began to be questioned in a way that many never expected. While Jennifer Lopez has never been charged with any crime related to the trial, the unraveling of these hidden truths about her involvement in the darker aspects of Hollywood has left a shadow over her legacy. She went from being a symbol of success to a figure whose silence may have concealed something much more sinister. In the end, the biggest mystery surrounding Jennifer Lopez is not just her fame or her incredible career, it's what she knew and what she chose to stay silent about. The trial was not just a legal battle, it was the unraveling of a carefully crafted legacy. Jennifer Lopez, who had spent decades building her empire on a foundation of perfection, was now forced to confront the consequences of her silence. The walls that once separated her from the shadows of Hollywood were beginning to crumble, revealing a side of her career few had ever imagined. Despite the glittering public image, the truth began to take shape, a truth not of innocence, but of complicity, of silence in the face of wrongdoing. The final revelation was chilling. Jennifer Lopez, the untouchable icon, was not a passive bystander in Hollywood's web of secrecy. She had been part of a system that protected the powerful, and now that silence had a price. The question no longer was whether she had committed a crime. It was whether her silence had shielded those who did. As the court adjourned, the world outside buzzed with uncertainty. Jennifer Lopez's brand had weathered many storms, but this time the storm was one of her own making. And as the dust settles, one thing is clear: no one is untouchable. If you've been following this incredible journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more inside stories. What do you think? Was Jennifer Lopez truly a victim, or was she part of the cover-up? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.